let us look at some crucial technology and people of Industrial Revolution between Russia and Britain. The British James Watt,
Richard Trevithick,
and the Russian
Sergei Witt, Anatoly Alexandrov.
All of them pushed the development of technology for the entire society, especially in the field of transportation. However, there are variations of ways to achieve that. For instance,
Sergei Witt,
as Transport Secretary of Russia, he decided to build a railway between Europe to Pacific Ocean in order to rebuild the economy between the West and the East. The railway called Trans-Siberian Railway is the longest railway in the world, with total distance 9,298.2 kilometers, so that it is able to cross 8 time zones. It mainly transports the huge amount of military and industrial materials, such as coal, wood, metal, and uranium. In 1891 to 1901, the Russian government invested over 1.5 billion Russian ruble in the construction of Siberian Railway. In some perspective,
Sergei Witt
basically initiated the Industrial Revolution of Russia. The reason of initiating the Revolution of Russia because in Nicholas II's brutal rule, Russian economy is stagnant. So the Russian citizen had to stand out in order to revitalize the economy of Russia. For example, later on, there was a man called
Anatoly Alexandrov.
He was not only the director of Kursitov Institute, where the first Russian nuclear bomb was invented, but also invented the first generation nuclear reactor of icebreaker ship called OK-150. The icebreaker ship was named after the Russian politician Lenin, and it was constructed in 1957, mainly demolish and clean the ice on Northern Sea roads, allowing the goods and materials are able to be transmitted conveniently. So the railway and the ship absolutely impeded the growth of Russian transportation system in a global effect. On the other hand, the British James Watt was the one who was able to fabricate the first valuable steam engine. It mainly improved the original engine by adding a bidirectional cylinder, so that the efficiency of the engine was significantly refined. Next,
Richard Trevithick
was also a British inventor. His contribution is similar to James Watt's engine, which converted the original steam engine used in train to a high-pressure engine in 1797. These British people pushed their revolution to the summit, which leads the Great Britain to the Victorian era. Through the information above, it is not difficult to distinguish the difference between Russia and Britain. During the end of the 19th century, Russia was adapted to establish a complex transportation system with large scale in order to save their own economy, and they actually did it. On the other side, the British is in the rising stage, so that they need the more advanced transportation technology for forming a paramount empire, as known as the sun will never set.